Right, so this is part 2 of the Simpsons Series 5 bust-ups, also known as the Valentines series. In part 1 we looked at the Ralph Wiggum and the Principal Skinner and Mrs. Krabappel bust-ups. In part 2 we're going to be looking at the Homer and Marge and the one that I think is going to be my favourite, the Itchy and Scratchy. If you didn't see part 1, there should be a link here. Click that and it will take you to part 1. Otherwise, I'm going to move on, and next up is the Homer and Marge. So we're going to get the Homer and Marge one open now and take a look at the parts, see how much comes with it. Out of all of them, this is the heaviest of the 4. So let's see what it's like. Oh, so this one considerably less than the Mrs. Krabappel and Principal Skinner one. We've just got one solid base part. We've got a chicken. Got Marge letting her hair down there, and Homer. So yeah, this one looks quite simple, only 4 pieces. So let's get this one open. We'll get it cut out of the bags. Right, so tip that out and come on, chicken. Come on. There we go. So this one, there really shouldn't be much trouble getting together. Oh no! Homer fell in half. He looks like he should be holding something though, so I don't know what that should be. It looks like his hand's in a position where you'd expect him to be holding something. Ah, he's holding Marge's hand. Sort of. There we go. And the last part, and this one went really quickly, the chicken. And there we go. Right, so far that was definitely the easiest one to put together. Compared to the Skinner and Krabappel and even the Ralph, the small amount of parts just made it quite simple, so it's quicker than I expected it to be. I think overall though, it looks really nice. That chicken makes me laugh a bit when you look at when you look at where the chicken's actually staring. It's kind of funny. So far, all 3 of them have been completely different scales to each other, so there's no, well, there doesn't appear to be any kind of standard with any of these. But yeah, look at that chicken. Where's that chicken looking, do you think? It's interesting as well to see a Marge figure where she doesn't have her hair up. But yeah, the paint details, everything about it is nice. It's solid. There's less risk of it falling apart compared to the other 2. Although Homer's a bit loose around the waist there, but other than that, I think it's fine. So that was a fairly quick one to put together, which means that I can move on to the Itchy and Scratchy one. So now we've come to the final figure of the 4, the Itchy and Scratchy one, which has been the one that out of all of them I liked the most, and probably the reason that I actually bought these as a set was because I wanted to get this one out of them. So let's get this open and see what this one's like. Right. And this one's a much larger one compared to the first 2 that I did. This is in a small number of parts as well. So we've got, I always get a bit confused, I think the mouse is Itchy and then the cat's Scratchy. So we've got Itchy and Scratchy there. We've got a heart and a nice big blood splatter. So yeah, quite a few parts. This one's going to be quite easy to put together as well. get this open and tipped out. So here it is. It's only 6 parts altogether, so it's going to be quite simple to assemble. Starting off with Scratchy here, at least I think it's Scratchy. And the way it attaches here, you've got a little tab in the neck there and it goes in here, so there we go. It's a good solid click. That looks quite funny, like just on its own. Next up, the head of Itchy, and that's a very nicely detailed figure. So have to see how he... right, so there's a little part for his hand to go into there. So get his fingers in. And there it is. The Itchy and Scratchy bust up. So I'm definitely not disappointed with this one. Out of all of them, I thought that this was probably going to be the most fun of them. It's quite difficult really with something like the Simpsons to do romantic things. So something like this, I mean, it doesn't really fall into the romantic category. It's just Itchy and Scratchy doing what Itchy and Scratchy do. So here's a 360 view of the Itchy and Scratchy bust up figure, and what can you say about it? It's actually a really nicely detailed little figure. The paint on it is really clean. It looks really nice. It's got some good details like the knife there, the little pads of the foot. Compared to some of the others, it was very simple to put together. Only 6 parts to it, although it wasn't the minimum. The fewest parts was the Homer and Marge one with 1, 2, 3, well, that was 4 parts, so it's a couple more than that, but the details, they've managed to get it all in there, and I think out of the 4, this one probably is the most fun. So let's stick all 4 of them next to each other now and take a look at them as a set. First up, we had the Ralph Wiggum with his I choose you Valentine's card, which I think was a good one. Good start. So next up was the Principal Skinner and Mrs. Krabappel one, which was definitely the most complicated to put together, quite fiddly. Because the way the arms are positioned on them two, it was really difficult to get them to hold on to each other, but I think overall it's quite a decent looking one. The likenesses are captured quite well on it, which is a plus. Right, so then from this one we had the Homer and Marge. And although this was the heaviest, this one came with the fewest parts, but the details on it, the character likenesses, was still very good. And that chicken doing a little bit of dirty staring there, I just think adds a lot of character to this piece. Otherwise it probably wouldn't be that great. Next was the one I just did, the Itchy and Scratchy one, which I have to say, out of all 4, this was definitely my number 1. I think the details on this one are so much better, and although this is a Valentine's set, this one could probably fit in with anything. The other ones other than the Ralph, are all them two. They're just a bit specific. Where this one, it's just Itchy and Scratchy doing what Itchy and Scratchy do, and I really like it for that. So I think out of all four, my favourite two would have to be Ralph and Itchy and Scratchy. So these were the Simpsons Series 5 bust-ups, the Valentine's series. And if you got all the way through to the end of this video, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll have some more stuff up soon. So bye bye.